What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. Today we have another knife that was loaned in by my good buddy Gil over at Wildaboutsportinggoods. You know the drill, 10% off if you order using the promo code. So, this is a Fox Knives anniversary edition, made in Italy, and quite honestly, it is my first experience with Fox Knives. I am digging a lot of aspects of this knife, and I'm not digging a couple. So I've had it for a little while now, kind of going back and forth on how I was going to talk about this one because I don't love it, but I don't hate it. So I'm just going to kind of dive right in and do my normal thing and tell you what I think. Go through the specs and then give you my opinion. And good, bad, or indifferent, you guys can decide. But yeah, let's just get right into it, okay? A little bit of an oddball here because I have kind of mixed feelings. So we'll see how it goes. Close length is 4 3/8 of an inch. Overall length is 7 5/8. The blade is 3 1/4 with an edge of 3.19. It's a beautiful piece of M390, and they did a lovely job. And we'll do some close-ups here in a second. The blade thickness is 0.139. Comes in at 4.2 ounces, and the overall thickness, it kind of, I wanted to say taper from here to here, but that's backwards. It's a reverse taper. I don't know. It tapers from the butt and the heel up to the blade. So it's 0.50 inches at the front, at the blade, and it's 0.65 at the heel. Nice titanium pocket clip, titanium frame, carbon fiber scales, beautiful carbon fiber. So let's zoom in, see if we get the lights to cooperate a little bit here. They did a really good job on the blade. I love the recurve blade. So this came out in 2017. These are still available. I believe this one is for sale from Gil. Nice. I love a recurve, even though it's just a slight recurve. Love it. Titanium scales. Titanium frame lock, although it looks like a bolster lock, and we'll see that when we flip to the other side, but this carbon fiber is freaking crazy. I love this carbon fiber, and it feels so great. God, the carbon fiber is fantastic. I love the backspacer. That is just something I've not really seen before. This skeletonized, I don't know if you want to even call it skeletonized, but it's just a very cool milled backspacer that just looks amazing. So you got carbon fiber over here also. Again, beautiful job. Nice clip with the ceramic ball bearing. Clip works great. No lanyard loop, which is fine by me. Pretty sparse on the markings on the blade. They've got the made in Italy, basically, the town in Italy, M390, and the number on the front for the year 2017 was their 40th anniversary. I am not sure what the 009 is. I don't know if these were serialized and they only made a certain number of them. I'm not sure on that piece. So, it doesn't really look like a bolster lock necessarily. It looks kind of like a liner lock because the titanium frame is kind of nestled into this carbon fiber. So the frame lock does have a over travel stop as well as a steel lock bar insert, which is all great. See what it looks like if we can get a look inside. Not really any skeletonizing of the titanium, but it's light already, so who really cares? One of the issues I have is that it's very difficult to disengage the lock. And I think that's for two reasons. One, there's not a cutout. So it's like they started to mill this out, but there's not an opening here. And oftentimes, there's an opening on this side to allow you to have access to the lock bar. And I'll pull out another knife here in a few minutes that we can show you that. So that's one reason. So it's really tough to engage the lock. And then the other thing that's odd to me is there's really not a lock bar relief anywhere. And what I mean by that is, let's just pull out this Chris Reeve Sebenza. So here you can see on the show side where they've cut out the scale, so you have easy access to get to the lock bar, okay? It's right there. Whereas on this guy, it's not. It's totally level on both sides of the scale, so you can't get your thumb in there. You have just this little opening to kind of jam your thumb down and then try to push it over. The lock bar relief on the Sebenza is right here, so that it takes away some of the tension, and you're just moving really the tension right here, not tension on the entire lock bar. And everybody does this a little bit differently. Here's the Curtis Cruise, where there's not any cutout here, but it's large enough, and they've kind of chamfered this edge of the lock bar so you can kind of dig in and get to it. And then the relief on this one is on the outside. So again, you're only moving the metal right here. So on this Fox knives, there is no cutout per se. I mean, yeah, there's not. And there's not a really good way to engage the lock. So you got to kind of jam your thumb down in. And I've had a difficult time disengaging the lock in the normal fashion. Oftentimes, what is easier for me to do is turn it around here and do like a claw method by jamming my finger in to unlock it. And I don't think that's because there's lock stick. That's not it. It comes out easily if you can get your finger in there. You know, it comes out nice and easy this way. It's just kind of where they milled this out. They should have cut that all the way open so you had access to the lock bar from the show side. I hope I'm explaining that well, guys. This one's kind of a tough one. The other thing I don't really love, let's see if I can kind of show you. The flipper tab is very well rounded. So there's no jimping, but it's rounded over the top. It's kind of crowned all the way around. So it's a little uncomfortable when you're deploying it because it's kind of just digs into your finger. You can slip off, and if they had done more of a flat spot on top, I think you'd be good. You don't necessarily need jimping. But a flat spot would have been really nice. So those are my two kind of gripes. The action isn't super fantastic, but it's not bad. But I love the look. I wanted to love this knife so badly. It feels fantastic in the hand. I mean, it just feels great. This M390 is a fingerprint magnet. I've touched it a couple of times in the video and it's already all goobered up. But I could live with that because one, I love carbon fiber. I think you all know that by now. And two, I just love the aesthetics of it. Even if it wasn't a recurve, I think the handle, I love the aesthetics of this knife. However, it's really hard to disengage the lock. And that may be this particular knife. I did some searching around. I found one other video, like legit, one other video on YouTube. That's it. And it was a like 60-second, 55-second video. Here it is next to the Spider Godelica of literally just some music and somebody in language I don't know, not even talking about it, just the description and whatnot. I couldn't read the language. Simply opening and closing it. And they had no problem. It didn't look like they were struggling. They were able to open it much easier than I was. So it may just be this specific knife. And here it is next to the large Sebenza 21. So it's a decent sized knife. It's generally a little smaller than I typically carry with the 3.5 inch blade, or 3.25 inch blade, I'm sorry. And since we pulled out the Curtis Cruise earlier, let's do a little size comparison there. Very similar in size. So yeah, the 3.25 inch blade is a little smaller than I normally gravitate towards, but the handle, the carbon fiber, the fit and finish of everything is so fantastic that if it unlocked easier for me and my chubby thumbs, I guess, I might be all over it. Because I think it's great other than that locking piece and the flipper tab. But I can get over the flipper tab. But struggling to unlock it for me is a no-go. I'm sorry. So for that reason, me personally, I'll have to pass on it. Not that I buy everything that comes across my table anyway, because I got to get out of that. I've done that once already, and I was very happy with the purchase that I made. Very happy. But I'm not going to do that all the time. So, you guys tell me if you have anything from Fox Knives. Let me know. This is my first experience. I hear a lot of good things online. I've read a lot of good stuff the last few days checking this out. And again, that one video on YouTube, which I'm shocked there was only one that I could find. There may be more. I know some Google expert is going to comment down below. Well, here's 5 other videos. Okay, I found one. There may be more. Sue me. Okay, whatever. But all in all, I love the aesthetics. I love the steel. I love the geometry of the blade. All of that is great. But for me, the action's not awesome. And it's difficult for me to personally disengage the lock. So there you have it. The good, the bad, and the indifferent, the ugly, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, this one was a different one, guys. So let me know what you think. I would love to hear if anybody has this or a similar knife from Fox Knives, to hear what you think of yours, because this one just may need to have some work done on it. I don't know. So thanks for watching, guys. I greatly appreciate it. I know I kind of rambled on a little bit there at the end. So thanks for sticking with me, if anybody did. And have a great day. And as always, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.